Ito na po, sir. Then, sir.
Start.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so before any great undertaking, you should first of all be and ask
Assalamualaikum.
okay, tayo, and I welcome everybody, participating, prospective leaders, attending physically and attending online. This is one of the important processes that a prospective leader should attend to para awareness on the context of the projects that they are participating. So, sa lahat, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. So we also recognize the presence of our auditor, led by the co-attend leader, Sir Bonkia Inagarana, and his assistant, one of the members, Jason De La Cruz. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Okay, so we proceed with the roll call.
Chair, good morning everyone. Please for the conference. Firstly, the first project here at the Engineering Review Binanyagan, that's the first one. Attorney Jahara A. Alu Padado, the Blanco Vice Person, joining us via Zoom. Sir Khan, Iman Sumayan, Dr. Engineer Arnold Iman, Engineer Machine President, Backmaster, Attorney Lamay, Head of PWG, Ma'am Harleen S. Engineer Jessica Romano, Box Secretariat, Grace Marcelo, Box Secretariat, Engineer Vanessa J. Senior, Engineer Roberto Gabriel from the Department to the Planning and Engineer Orson Lazarte, Public Relations Editor, Engineer Madam Maria. Those top observers joining us via Zoom is our resident co-auditor, Sir Bonilla Canada, and Ma'am Vizia de la Cruz. For our two chapters, we have representatives joining us today. We have Ma'am Virginia Velasco and Sir Edward Diaz from PC Silicon Builders and Supply, and Ma'am Giselle Hernando from ZJN Development Construction and Supply Corporation.
Okay, we have 10 projects that will be taken this morning. And since we have a quorum, we will allow to have the brief presentation and explanation of the basic contract data and its requirement of bidding documents, and it will be presented by Chief of the Planning Division, Engineer Masood Ibrahim, and Engineer Roberto Paco. Sir,
Mr. Chair, everyone. Structure project. Structure is 808.5 contract page 25, 10-00006, construction of Olani protection, housekeeping of permanent bridge, and bank, construction of flood mitigation structure with 853.04 $172,869,135. Contract duration 312 calendar days. Contract M00007, construction of Larry River Protection Downstream of Beach, phase 3, construction of further structure, 853.04. The full budget for the contract is $172,869,135. Contract duration is 312 months. For 825 M00019, construction of structure, number of houses and that. These are the next 530. Budget for contract duration is 207 for contract structure of river and protection. State classification structure 145 meters. The budget for contract is 48 million. The contract duration of 255 days. For contract 5M001 construction of the control structure along the Mesita River, Valley Street, Barangay Lunapan, state classification structure with 476.9 feet. The budget for contract is 26,500,000. Contract duration is 284. For contract I-25M001 HP, preventive maintenance, Marika Highway, Market Island Valley, Cotabato, plus minus 874 to 81773 plus minus 3, 81773 plus minus 3, 7 plus minus 232, 81773 plus minus 3, 0, 7 plus 054, 1772 plus 675, 1772 plus 73, 1773 plus 340, 1773 plus 456, that's 2,209. As of overlay is 1.948 approved budget for the contract is 4,125,000. Contract duration is 58 calendar days. For contract ID 24M00054, construction of multi-purpose facility, compression, gas, sanitary and sewer. The approved budget for the contract is 39,600,000. Contract duration is 200 calendar days. For contract ID 24M0297, construction of one-story, 4 classrooms, separated school, class, sewer. The approved budget for the contract is 9,000. Contract duration is 145 days. For contract 2024, construction multi-purpose facility, the approved budget for contract is 4,900,000. Contract duration is 203 days. Other requirements, Mr. Chair. Contract ID 24M00054. Construction of the facility for the sewer. The scope of work is as follows. Part B, city civil engineer, field office for engineer. Division 4x4 type service legal for engineer. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: permits and clearances, project development, signboard, occupation safety and health program, and mobilization and mobilization. Under Part 3, civil, mechanical, electrical, and sanitary plumbing works. Part A, earthworks includes the following: structure excavation of soil, embankment from structure excavation, and gravel fit. Part B, plain and reinforced concrete works includes the following: structural concrete class A and base, structural concrete class B and base, reinforcement steel reform grade 40, reinforcement steel reform grade 60, formworks and false works. Part C, finishing and other civil works includes the following: soil poisoning, sewer lines work, storm drainage and downspout, plumbing fixtures, cold water lines, ceiling works, metal frame fibers board, aluminum frame glass doors, spring type, aluminum glass windows, sliding type, aluminum glass windows awning type, aluminum glass windows fixed type, doors flush, fabricated metal roofing accessory bridge roll, fabricated metal roofing accessory flashings, fabricated metal roofing accessory gutter, pre-painted metal sheets with type long span, glazed tiles and trims, unglazed tiles, cement plastic finish, painting works on masonry and concrete, painting works on steel, PVC doors and frames, CHP non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 100 stick, CHP non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150 millimeters thick, metal structure accessories, structural steel trusses. Part B, electrical works includes the following: conduits, boxes, and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, and lighting fixtures and lamps. For contract ID 24M00297, construction of one-story, four-classroom school building in Aguntas Central Elementary School, Barangay Aguntas, Sharif Said, Lona Mustafa, Maligalaw del Sur. The scope of work is as follows. Part A, facilities for the engineer is the following: provision of field office for the engineer on a rental basis, provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on a rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: permits and clearances, project development signboard, occupational safety and health program, and mobilization and demobilization. Part B, earthworks includes the following: structure excavation, common soil, and background from structure excavation and gravel fit. Part B, plain and reinforced concrete works includes the following: structural concrete class A and base, structural concrete class B and base, reinforcing steel reform grade 40, reinforcing steel reform grade 60, and formworks and false works. Part C, finishing and other civil works includes the following: soil poisoning, sewer lines work, storm drainage and downspout, plumbing fixtures, cold water lines, ceiling works, metal frame fibers work, steel window, aluminum glass windows, easement type, aluminum glass windows, awning type, aluminum glass windows, fixed type, jalousie window, glass, doors flush, doors wood panel, wooden doors and windows, fabricated metal roofing accessory bridge roll, fabricated metal roofing accessory flashings, pre-painted metal sheets with corrugated type long span, 0.5 millimeters, unglazed tiles, cement board finish with floor hardener, cement plaster finish, painting works on masonry and concrete, painting works on wood, painting works on steel, CHP non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 100 millimeters thick, CHP non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150 millimeters thick, metal structure accessories, steel plates, structural steel trusses, structural steel portals, and railing. Part D, electrical works includes the following: conduits, boxes, and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, and lighting fixtures and lamps. For contract ID 24M00270, construction of multi-purpose facility, Barangay Montay, Lapian, Mindanao. Scope of work is as follows: Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following: provision of field office for the engineer on a rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: permits and clearances, project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health program, and mobilization and demobilization. Under Part 3, Civil, Mechanical, Electrical, and Sanitary Economic Works, Part 8, Earthworks includes the following: structural excavation, common soil, embankment from structural excavation, and gravel fill. Part B, plain and reinforced concrete works includes the following: structural concrete Class A at 28 days, structural concrete Class B at 28 days, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, reinforcing steel deformed grade 60, and formworks and false works. Part C, finishing and other civil works includes the following: soil poisoning, fabricated metal roofing accessory, ridge road, fabricated metal roofing accessory, flashings, pre-painted metal sheets, rib type, long span, cement floor finish with floor hardener, cement plastic finish, painting works on masonry and concrete, painting works on steel, metal structural accessories with steel plates, metal structural accessories, structural steel trusses, and structural steel coordinates. Part D, electrical works includes the following: conduits, boxes, and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with wing and branch breakers, and lighting fixtures and lamps. For brevity, I will be discussing the following projects together. Project ID 25M0005, construction of Kabahan River Flood Control. Construction of Kabahan River Flood Control Project, Rubber Testing Center, Barangay Poblacion, Kabahan, Cotabato. Project ID 24M0006, construction of Pulangi River Flood Protection, downstream of Parliament Bridge, right bank, phase 2, Barangay Galingan, Parliament, Cotabato. Contract ID 25M00007, construction of Pulangi River Protection, downstream of Parliament Bridge, right bank, phase 3, Barangay Galingan, Parliament, Cotabato. Contract ID 25M00019, construction of flood control structure, Barangay Cablacan, Asin Salangani, and contract ID 25M00129, construction of riverbank protection, phase 2, Tagopiang, Mindanao. For the following projects, the scope of work is as follows. Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following: provision of field office for the engineer on rental basis, provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on bare rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization and demobilization, and geotechnical investigation. Part D, reinforced concrete includes the following: reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 and structural concrete, 3,000 PSI Class A at 28 days. Under Part L, flood and river control and drainage. Part LA, earthworks includes the following: clearing, grubbing, and stripping, structural excavation of common soil, and embankment from borrow. Part LB, bank and soil protection works includes the following: concrete soil protection, and furnished and driven steel sheet piles, Z-type, grade 50. For contract ID 25M00172, construction of flood control structure along the Silla River, Package 3, Barangay Luna Norte, Coquilala, Cotabato. The scope of work is as follows: Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following: provision of field office for the engineer on rental basis, provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on their rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following: project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization and demobilization, and geotechnical investigation. Part D, reinforced concrete includes the following: reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, reinforcing steel deformed grade 60, and structural concrete Class A 3,000 PSI at 28 days. Under Part 4, flood control, drainage, and water supply, Part LA, earthworks includes the following: clearing and grubbing and stripping, structural excavation of common soil, and embankment from borrow. Part LB, bank and soil protection works includes the following: concrete soil protection and furnished and driven steel sheet piles, U-type, grade 50. Part LC, drainage works includes the following: 5 culverts, 910 millimeters in diameter, Class 4, and flat valve. And lastly, for contract ID 25M00188, preventive maintenance, Maharlika Highway, Verbal Alabama, Cotabato Road, from K1773 plus -374 to K1773 plus -322 from K1773 plus -322 minus K1773 plus -232 from K1773 plus -080 K1773 plus 054 from K1772 plus 675 K1772 plus 783 from K1773 plus 340 K1773 plus 456 student superintendent. The scope of work is as follows. Part A, students for the engineer includes the following. Provisional field office for the engineer on rental basis. Provisional 4x4 pickup type service depot for the engineer on their rental basis. Part B, other general requirements includes the following. Project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization and mobilization. Part C, earthworks includes the following. Removal of actual structures in construction and structural excavation of common soil. Part E, surface courses includes the following. Emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing force, hot laid 50 millimeters, and bituminous concrete surface binder force, hot laid 50 millimeters. Part F, bridge construction includes the following. Reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40, and structural concrete, class B, and A grades. Part H, miscellaneous structures includes the following. Reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, concrete joint sealant, hot cord elastic type, and single arm solar LED overlay lighting, 80 watts to 125 watts on a 12-meter pole. That would be all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, we proceed with the presentation of the documents. Both technical and financial proposals will be presented by Engineer Janela Romano and Engineer Orpa Malasarte, respectively.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Once again, good morning. I will be discussing the technical requirements. First is to fill job certificates of registration and membership in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR. Second, A is to bidder is not previously enrolled in CWB. The bidder's Class A and Class B documents not covered with a fill job certificate in accordance with section 4.8.2 of the CPF Volume 3. This document should include, among others, the following information required in IRR section 25.2. The valid pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint ventures, statement of ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not extended, statement identifying the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, the MSCC computation, and the statement of total assets and total liabilities, and a joint venture agreement if applicable. B, if the bidder is previously enrolled in the CWA but would like to obtain any of the Class A and Class B documents, the pertinent document should be updated. Third is the bid security, the prescribed form, amount, and validity period, and lastly, the eligibility requirements under section 28.1 of the IRR.
Good morning, everyone. For the project technical requirements to be submitted by our prospective bidders, first is the organizational chart to be bid, signed by the authorized managing officer. Second is the contractor's list of key personnel. The contractor shall employ the following key personnel: project manager, accredited project engineer, PWH accredited materials engineer, construction safety officer 3, and construction foreman. For project manager, can include a copy of the TIN ID card. For accredited project engineer, for the construction of buildings and bridges, the PWH accredited project engineers shall be assigned by the contractors as per Department Order number 227 series of 2024, and attach a copy of certificate of accreditation or report of rating for verification during the evaluation process. And also the PWH materials engineer. For safety officer 3 with mandatory 40 hours of 40-hour basic OSH training course, An additional 48 hours of advanced occupational safety training course relevant to the industry as required by the DOLE. For additional information and requirement under the key personnel, first is the pledged personnel should not hold more than one position or designation per project as stipulated in section 3 in the bid data sheet of item clause 10.4. And also attach professional tax receipt for the current year for the assigned pledged personnel or the contract as stipulated in section 3 in the bid data sheet of item clause 10.4. All pledged key personnel should submit the respective qualifications and experience data, which the work experience is similar to the project being procured, and this personnel must meet the required minimum years of experience set in the bid data sheet. Third requirements is the list of contractors, major equipment unit pledged to be used for the project must be supported by proof of ownership, if it is owned or for lease agreement. So in case of lease equipment, a lease contract and certification or statement of the availability of equipment should be submitted to the lessor as the pledger of the equipment, stating that the equipment will be available for the entire duration of the project, duly signed and authorized. For owned equipment, certification or statement of the availability of equipment should be submitted to the owner of the equipment, stating that the equipment will be available for the entire duration of the project, duly signed and authorized. For purchase agreement, the description of the equipment to be purchased must be indicated in the document. For additional information requirement in pledged vehicle, stipulated in bid data sheet of item clause 10.5, pledged vehicles purchased by the bidder, contractor, or covered by purchase agreement must be registered under the name of the proprietor or the company within 1 year from the execution of the agreement. Vehicle that remains unregistered under the specified name within 1 year of the execution of the deed of sale will be deemed non-responsive. Pledged vehicles should be validly insured under policy under the compulsory third-party liability and should have a valid registration with the Land Transportation Office on the day of opening of bids. Bidders must attach in their submitted bids a copy of the LTO official receipt or certificate of accreditation of the pledged vehicle, registered under the name of proprietor, and a copy of proof of insurance of the pledged vehicle other than the compulsory third-party liability. So in all cases, the bidder should present the original of the documents during post-communication. All bidders are required to fully comply with the contract minimum equipment requirements as prescribed in the bidding documents, with a complete technical description of the pledged equipment, whether owned, leased, or purchased, such as but not limited to the engine number, year model, chassis number, plate number, load capacity, availability, and operating condition. Additionally, they must specify the exact location of the equipment in their bid proposal. In the event that the bidder does not meet the requirements in the bid data sheet, they will be automatically disqualified. Proof of ownership of equipment pledge and other documents photocopied from the original shall be readable and certified to copy as needed during the post-qualification process. For the asphalt project to be bid, the contractor must submit a copy of the certificate of accreditation for asphalt batching plant issued by DPWH PRS Manila to certify that the contractor is duly accredited to operate and is authorized to supply asphalt mix to DPWH projects pursuant to Department Order Number 253, Series of 2003. In addition, the location it operates must be located within the scope of this region. Fourth is the omnibus sworn statement by the prospective bidder in the form prescribed by the GPP, signed and notarized. Fifth, inclusion of the minimum testing materials. Contractors are likewise required for the inclusion of the minimum materials testing equipment in the technical component of the bid in compliance with Department Order Number 11, Series of 2017. For additional technical requirements, first is the sworn statement conflict of interest by the prospective bidder, duly signed and authorized. And last is the contractor's certification on key personnel As the Department Order Number 9, Series of 2012, duly signed and authorized. Thank you all, Mr. Chair.
The finance status proposal will be discussed by Ms. Salazar.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. For the financial requirements, first is the bid form. It must be in accordance with the form prescribed in Section 9 of the bid form. Contractors must write the original total price of bid written in figures and invoices. If the contractor has a discount offered, please write the methodology of your application and indicate the new bid amount written in figures and invoices. For the discounts offered, it will be deducted on the original bid amount and not in the ABC, and the amount written in words will prevail. Second is the bid prices and the bid quantities. It consists of bid prices written in figures and words. Third is the detailed estimates. It includes summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rental use, indicating also the direct and indirect costs in coming up with the fund. Fourth is the quarterly or monthly cash flow and payment schedule. There is also a prescribed form in Section 9 forms. And please take note that for the unit price for the facilities for the engineer, the item provision of 4x4 pick-up type service for the engineer on variable basis will be the same as for the bid documents. Otherwise, it will not be honored and will be declared as non-compliant. And financial proposal that exceed the ABC indicated shall be rejected, and any missing documents in the mentioned checklist is ground for outright rejection and refusal. For the other pertinent issues, first, contractor's bid must submit one original copy and two photocopies. Likewise, the same must be book bounded and properly labeled, tagged, and paginated as per BO number 90, series of 2000. And for those contractors who use SPA in submission of bid, please be informed that we will only acknowledge it if there is a corresponding email of the said SPA from the official email address of the contractors. For the requirements in notice of award, first is the notice with your signed requirement thereon, the required performance security, the required credit line and cash deposit certificate if applicable, the required contractors all risk insurance, the precedence diagram method, manpower schedule, equipment utilization schedule, project organization chart, construction method, and construction safety and health program approved by the board. Next is the three-strike policy of the department. The provision governing the imposition of administrative sanctions for contractors to commit acts which tend to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, such as habitually withdrawing from bidding, submitting late bids, or patently insufficient bid for at least 3 times within a year except for valid reasons. We'll also discuss the electronic submission and receipt of bids for procurement of civil work contracts. For preparation and submission of bids, prior to the deadline of submission of bids, the bidder shall send a copy of the official receipt of purchase of bidding documents in PDF format. Another reply email shall be sent to the bidder after successfully sending the official receipt to the proper email address. Bidders must prepare the electronic bid in the password protected archive format and submit it to the email address identified in the invitation to bid and bid leadership. The submitted electronic bid shall contain 2 files, the technical and financial proposal, both in the password protected archive format. Bidders must submit their electronic bid using their registered email address and CWA. The password protected archive file submitted must be opened using the password provided by the bidder and must be successfully opened or accessed by the bank. Bidder shall be given a maximum of 3 attempts or a period of 15 minutes, whichever comes first, to provide the correct password except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified. The bidder may also be subjected to the sanctions under Bill number 17, series of 2015, the three-strike policy as may be warranted under circumstances. The official email address of our office is electronic bids _ art12@bpwh.gov.ph.
Okay, Engineer Janela Romano will give the summary of proceedings to the bid bulletins. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the summary of proceedings for today's further conference, the basic contract data was discussed by Engineer Marshall Mastor Stephanie Ibrahim. The requirements of bidding documents were discussed by Engineer Roberto Cabello. The documents to be submitted by the bidders in the technical proposal. This was discussed by Engineer Janela Mariano and Engineer Arthur Malajancho. For the documents to be submitted in the financial proposal, as well as the guidelines for the electronic submission and receipt of bids. This was discussed by Engineer Vanessa J. Salazar. For the discussed projects, the deadline of the bid drafting and submission is on April 10, 2025 at 10 a.m. here at the DPWH Region 12 Conference Room. Bidding bids shall not be accepted. And the bid opening will be on the same date, April 10, 2025 at 10:30 in the morning. Any changes or additions in the discussed contracts will be reflected in the issued documents. That will be all.
Okay, any clarification from the participating prospective bidders and to the participants, the representatives? No more issues, clarification. Anyway, you still have time before drafting the documents. If you have any clarification, you can communicate with the procurement. So I think no more issues to be discussed. Any second motion? Objection, we did not, this we conference adjourned.